Police say that over 50 people have been killed and 200 injured, with some in a critical condition after a mass shooting near the Mandalay Bay Casino in Las Vegas. The police are treating this as a lone wolf attack. The suspected shooter has been killed and named as 64-year-old local resident Stephen Paddock. Police say this is the deadliest shooting in US history. The shooter's female companion has been located and is being questioned.
No, you're good. Everybody is down.
Well, Las Vegas police say they don't believe the attack was terrorism. The video now on screen shows people fleeing the scene. We also heard from local journalist Dana Gentry.
Well, we have just learned within the last few minutes from Sheriff Joe Lombardo of Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department that the death toll has been upgraded to more than 50 people dead. As you said, the injured is upward of 200 people. Stephen Paddock of nearby Mesquite, Nevada, is the dead suspect. That Mesquite is about an hour and a half outside of Las Vegas. We do know that he has some sort of police history in Mesquite. He is known to local police there. But as far as motive, we just have no idea yet. Earlier this evening, yes, all of the clubs were on lockdown. I can't imagine that any of them would be open at this point. The Strip is, I was born here. I have lived here 57 years. I can't remember anything like this. We are all in shock.
Well, we're now joined by an eyewitness of the massacre whose name is Abdi. Abdi, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Well, first of all, are the people that you know, all your loved ones, are they okay?
Yes, everyone, luckily enough, was actually sleeping at the time. I don't have much family here. Majority of my family is actually in London, so I'm thankful for that. At the time, I was actually working security at the event, and what had happened was I walked away from my post, which I'm glad that I did, and where I was supposed to be standing was actually was in front of the main stage where majority of the stuff was happening. And I left my post, and I remember walking towards my friends when I heard the first round of gunshots, and I thought to myself that it was the music, because if you could tell and you look at the videos closely, they timed it perfectly to where it started, where he started singing, the gun started going off. And as soon as he stopped and the music cut out, the first round of gunshots cut out. So when the second round of gunshots came, it was clear that it was gunshots and it wasn't the music messing up. So once I heard that and I seen people started running, I completely just dropped everything and just ran.
Well, how soon did people realise what was going on? I mean, to begin with, as you said, it was timed to the music, so it presumably took a few seconds for people to realise.
Right, exactly. Yeah, for sure. The people didn't hear it. Majority of the people didn't realize until the second round of gunshots. That's when I started seeing people running. People were just darting, going through gates, going through all types of stuff.
So could you make out where the shooter was and how many people were affected?
Everyone that was there at the festival was affected, that's for sure. The main stage where the main crowd was that was a place that was targeted, and that was for sure the most populated, dense place at the festival. And so I just pray to everyone that was there in the middle of the crowd and hope everyone made it home safe.
Could you make out where the shooter was? Could you make out where the shots were coming from?
At the time, I was actually, luckily enough, I was at the main entrance, which is pretty far away from the main stage. It's actually towards the backstage. And where I was standing, I couldn't tell where the bullets were coming from. But I knew that they must have been coming from towards the main stage, which was also Mandalay Bay, which is where they said the shooter was shooting from. So.
And how quickly did it take for the police and the emergency services to get to you guys?
I'm not sure. I remember running a lot, but after I stopped running, there was police officers, majority of everywhere. I actually ran into a complex and just remember going inside this guy's house, and there was a whole bunch of people already in there, and they had all the lights turned off, and they were telling everyone to be quiet because it was still nearby, and we didn't know if the shooter was walking around or not. So I stayed in that room for about 20 minutes, I think, and when I got out of that room, I went back down the street, and I saw, that's where I saw stuff that I hope I didn't see, but I saw ambulances and a lot of people being carried by strollers, and yeah, just a lot of people crying.